Yesterday, something happened at the wedding that I was working that has never happened to me in 12 and a half years. And to say that I was flabbergasted in the moment is the understatement of the year. So let me give you a story time on it. And ultimately, everything worked out, but I had a mini heart attack, I think. Short story long. The couple booked me for a month of services, meaning that they do the majority of the planning on their own and I support them a little bit, but I ultimately take over in that final month to help coordinate the day of, make sure everything runs smoothly. My couple did a fabulous job. They were planning for the cocktail and reception at a resort, and then they had chose to get married off-site at a Catholic church. Now, if you're a planner or you've ever had to plan a wedding ceremony at a Catholic church, you know that you have really little to no communication directly with the priest, and you work with like the church coordinator or the ceremony coordinator. The church coordinator is the really hands-on person, and the priest is there to lead the mass in the sacrament of marriage. And everybody that I communicated with at the church was so amazing. Rehearsal was so smooth. I had literally no worries that things weren't going to go well at the ceremony. So fast forward to the wedding day. You know, wedding day's a little hectic, whatever. Everything's going okay. I get to the church about 40 minutes before the ceremony's supposed to start. Checking with the church coordinator. He's all good. The ceremony programs are out. The tissues are out. Reserve signs are up. Pillow and veil are ready to go. Like, we are looking golden. I have not a worry in the world. Wedding party is arriving when they're supposed to arrive. Church coordinator comes around the corner and says, "Hey, it's go time. We're pinning in the veil. We're lining up dad and the bride. Everybody is going down the aisle." I'm like, this is perfect. Everybody gets down the aisle. Me and the coordinator look at each other. We give each other a thumbs up. And then it's kind of silent. And where I'm standing is in the back of the church, like behind the doors. I'm looking around. I'm like, where's the priest? Then I look at the coordinator. He's like, where's the priest? I'm like, I don't think he came out. Is there another song? And he's like, is there no priest up there? I'm like, no, there's no priest up there. Without saying anything else, the coordinator just bolts out of the church. I'm left standing there by these church doors. There's no priest up there. All of the wedding party is standing up there at the altar. The organist has just cut off the music, and people are kind of like whispering to each other, and they're like looking back at me. And the bride kind of waves me to come up. So I like walk around the side. I get up to the front. She's like, should we make some sort of announcement? Because again, everybody is standing up, waiting for the priest to come out, waiting for the ceremony to start. And so me, like in the moment, I don't have anything drafted up. Like, I don't anticipate this ever happening. I go up to the podium and I decide to make an announcement on the fly. And again, I'm speaking into this podium microphone. The microphone is not even on. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, let's please take a seat. It's going to be a few moments because we're trying to locate the father. Again, this is not my congregation. I don't even know the father's name. I have had little to no communication with the priest. I have had communication with the church coordinator. I grew up Catholic. I would never really go back when the church is prepping for ceremony, like blessing his robes, getting all ready. So I didn't even think, hey, I should have double checked with the church coordinator to make sure the church coordinator made sure the priest was there. So I make this announcement. And at that point, like, the tension kind of breaks a little. At the same time, people are frustrated. The couple is standing up there waiting to get married. Nobody knows where the priest is. And we're all just kind of laughing, looking at each other and standing there. And somebody comes from like the back door and is like, he's coming. He'll be over in just a minute. Apparently the church coordinator like ran out to where the priest lives and was knocking on his door to get him to like come and do the mass. And so again, we stood up there and waited for the priest for like 9 or 10 minutes. And then the priest just like comes out the side, like nothing happened. He just walks out and like goes right into it. No address to the crowd, just straight into mass. Didn't skip a beat. The rest of everything was so beautiful and so amazing, but like never again. Now I'm going to triple check and like go back in the priest's room and be like, hey, are you in here? I would have never done that before in my whole life. I've planned several Catholic church ceremonies. Never once I had an issue with the priest not being there, but now I'm scarred for life. The couple was a great sport about it. But when they handed me the marriage certificate to make sure it gets in a safe place, I definitely double checked that it was signed. I still can't believe it happened.